from the station that's on your side. This is Channel 7 News Good Morning Arkansas.
Hey, coming up next this morning, we're going to share some home ownership goals for the new year with you. The time now is 9:39. You're watching our Monday edition of Good Morning Arkansas.
Welcome back into Good Morning Arkansas, everyone. Now, with a new year upon us and a particularly tumultuous, I guess you could say, year behind us, many thoughts are focused on how we're going to make life better in 2021, right? So one major goal that was a big theme last year and promises to be equally as powerful this year is home ownership. So whether that's owning your first home, trading up to accommodate maybe a growing family, or making some moves that accommodate the new work from home reality, right? That's what we're focusing on in 2021. So today we have an expert in this subject matter to talk to us about historically low mortgage rates, trends in supply and demand, and other factors that can actually influence your home buying decisions this year. Patrick Dennis, a loan officer with the Bank of Little Rock Mortgage, is here to talk home ownership with us. So, hey, Patrick, thanks for joining us here in this new year. I want to say first off, 2020 virtually disrupted pretty much everything and every business in the United States. I want to know, how would you say it impacted home ownership?
Yeah, so thanks for having me, Victoria. So it had a very profound change in the mortgage market and in real estate and home ownership all around. So first off, when the pandemic hit us in March, that's normally when we get our kickoff to the real estate market and our selling season. March, April, May, very strong. But with the pandemic and having low inventory already and high demand, it kind of remained having low inventory, not a lot of people putting their houses on the market. It really shifted that pattern of sales more so toward July and August. But it's been going strong ever since. So really the mortgage market has changed a lot, and it's still continuing to do that in that direction.
Okay, so it sounds like 2020 was actually a good year in the housing market then?
It was a very good year, and I would say for both sellers and buyers alike, and especially for those sellers that put their houses out there.
Gotcha. So if someone was maybe setting a New Year's goal or a resolution regarding home ownership, what would you say that they should be thinking about right now?
Yeah, so it's a great time to buy. It's also a great time to reflect about that. But as far as purchasing prices, rates, and purchasing power goes, here's an example. So if you had a $200,000 loan or mortgage, I should say, with rates being at 2.5% on a 30-year fixed, your payment, principal and interest payment, is roughly $790. Now, if we look back in the past, historical rates, let's say 4.5, which 4.5 was actually my rate before I refinanced the last time. At 4.5. That same mortgage at $200,000 would be $1,010. You're talking a $220 swing monthly as far as payment goes. So buyers out there have a lot of buying power.
Okay, so interest rates then, from the sound of it, remain to be a pretty huge factor in 2021 planning, I guess. So vaccines are also coming into play now, and we're still seeing a record high number of COVID cases. So how would you say the pandemic is likely affecting our New Year home ownership resolutions then?
Yeah, so I think it's going to remain challenging and affecting financials throughout the full year. Mortgage market included in that, and obviously our just how we do things, how we live, the new normal, as we say, working from home. Look at me, behind me, I'm working from home. A lot of us are. So it's just you're going to see a lot of the same from last year. People looking for houses that have more recreational things to do in your backyard, pools, basketball courts, space for your dogs. But also inside, setting up that space for work at home to accommodate the new normal.
Right. I definitely see that. So what other trends, Patrick, do you expect in 2021, either related to the pandemic or any other factor, I guess?
So I think you're going to see much of the same as we did last year. You're going to see a high demand, a record number of home buyers. As a matter of fact, Redfin is predicting that we're going to have 70% home ownership this year, which would put us, we haven't done that since 2015. We're still going to remain to have low inventory from what we're seeing. With that low inventory, you're going to see a lot of residential building from what I see. I see it while I'm driving through neighborhoods, new spec houses. Lumber prices were up in the fall and winter. They have come off a little bit. So I think you're going to see a lot more people building. But other than that, low inventory, high demand. Absolutely.
So with that, high demand, low inventory, and people really having this on the forefront of their brain, what game plan should people have in mind? And maybe where can they reach you to kind of get started with stuff like this?
So as far as putting a game plan together, you've got to be ready because, again, houses are going on the market and they're coming off very quickly. So the first thing you want to do is know your must-have locations and your must-haves in a house. You also want to get an experienced realtor on your team, so you have somebody out there looking in the market for you. And most importantly, get pre-qualified for a mortgage. Make sure you're ready. You have all your ducks in a row. You know what your maximum range is to purchase in. So when you're caught in that bidding war, you know the highest you can go on that purchase, and you can make it happen.
Yeah, we hear that. Absolutely, Patrick. For our viewers at home, not at tone, I don't know what I'm saying there. Where can they reach you?
Give us a call at Bank of Little Rock Mortgage, 219-9100. You can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, blrmortgage.com, all those usual suspects.
All right. Good stuff today, Patrick. Thanks for coming on and sharing that information with us, looking into a bright 2021 and hopefully a busy one for new homeowners. We'll have more Good Morning Arkansas after this break.
Yeah.